still, game number 1, game number 2, sticking to the same game plan, just switching it a bit, maybe into that pick phase.
I do wonder if both teams have ideas for this gold lane, because we saw that earlier, it's quite even until the balance gets tipped by external influence in that lane. So I do wonder if RSG, they're really thinking of taking it Bruno maybe, and then trying to win there, because again, Iman, his stats technically on paper was a bit more impressive than Super Marco.
Okay, so let's hear RSG. Will they pick Bruno? But no, they will stick with that Joy. So your method of approach, you know what, Mirko?
They don't like it.
They don't like it. We don't agree. Joy, we don't want to think twice.
We don't want to because we already thought thrice, Mirko, backstage, right? So maybe this is an approach to just deny that pick over from AP Bren, but then AP Bren will just say, sure, if you want to go for the same thing, we can do the same as well. We can pick up the Faramis for few, though maybe not as mechanical as we expect for few on that Faramis, but still, the Bruno, it works. It just works. Yeah. Super Marco on a hero that can farm, that can bully, that can snowball, that can scale. It's such a well-rounded hero for Mr. SM, Super Marco.
But here's the deal. Now Mathilda isn't picked up as a full package with the Faramis. They actually made AP Bren have to make a choice. Are they going to go for the Mathilda or the Faramis first? I feel like this sets up for a pick, right? They're going to take the Mathilda away. But you know, I might be wrong because we talked about the Joy already, but they seem to just want to enjoy and stick on that pick.
Okay. RSG, will they take a hero out of Bren and Edith? And Novaria will be picked up here. So something new for RSG. Will it be the same for AP Bren here? Will they pick up something new before we enter the second phase? Or will they pick up Mathilda again?
Knowing Ogwen, man, there's a lot of different picks you can go for. That's the reason the Arlet was banned out. You might think that, you know, Arlet banned out for the XP, for sure. FlapTZ loves that hero. But the thing is, it's flex for AP Bren. They can play the roam Arlet so well. And we've seen that. The guy is a roamer that gets the most kills in the game with the Arlet roam. And I actually just feel like if it ain't broke, they'll fix it, right? Against the Joy, they were able to completely control the jungle through mobility with the Mathilda and the Faramis. Wow, that's a change. They pick up the Guinevere. And it's still flex.
Yep, and that is a bit more crazy, because a bit more scary too. Because we saw that they want to be aggressive, and now with the Guinevere, if they get ahead, if they snowball, that spatial migration, we've seen how obscene it can be. It cannot be comboed with the Novaria Astral Echo for the increased hitbox though, but it's still a big menace, especially if the backliners of RSG are a bit more vulnerable. But now, without the Edith though, we saw that for game number 1, AP Bren were very actively using this Edith as their main frontline and engage tool, while also providing a good amount of damage. That will no longer be available right here, so their game plan, especially in those big fights, are going to be changing a bit. I wonder if that is the window that RSGPH are targeting.
We gotta see. AP Bren, good ban here. They were able to locate Benedetta. Why? Because RSGPH, they're building on towards a composition that is also very swift, very mobile. And if they have a Benedetta, it's going to be very fast composition. But there you go. AP Bren will close out with a Yuzong ban. Securing Bruno will be their main priority, especially in that mid-game. So, yeah, AP Bren, a very safe approach.
You can say that AP Bren are astronauts because they're looking for space for that Bruno.
Oh, well, I was about to say that, hey, the Angela actually was available, but no, they went for the Minotaur. This is a signature pick for Ogwen. Oh, man, earlier it was Mathilda. Now it's Minotaur Faramis. I don't know if this is worse or better for RSGPH, but now the hot potato, the ball is in their hands. They gotta pick quick, man. They have 20 seconds to try and find a solution that works here. Ixia?
The Ixia could work. It's a good lane against Bruno. A great matchup against the rest. The Claude gets bullied hard by the Bruno. That's the thing.
But you see Bruno, like Minotaur, I don't know.
They go for the Claude, so you're right about that, Gani. But this is a very
it's a tough lane.
Pick. It's a tough lane. It's a tough team fight. It's a tough game for Claude. I think that's it. right? I mean, even if he goes into these team fights, that Minion's Fury is going to stop him from doing a lot of damage in these team fights. So for Iman, he doesn't need to play this game well. He needs to play this game perfect.
Okay, let's see here. Will he rock the Purify or the Sprints? Because it can
Has
go
to be
either
Purify,
way.
right?
Against Gwyn, against Minotaur, yes. But is he looking for mobility?
Sun rises
We'll
when
have
I
to
give
see.
the
I
word.
think time will tell.
Ooh.
It is going to be Khalid though.
Ooh.
Still not picked up just yet. It was changed a bit though. It's no longer as tanky, but it is more mobile. Now, if your first skill doesn't really hit targets, you can still dash multiple times, but the damage reduction on the second skill is a lot lower. So he is still vulnerable a lot more to getting bursted down, but I think the utility is what AP Bren is looking for. If they get snowballing here, that Raging Sandstorm, they can still be comboed with like the Minion Fury kind of. That is a terrible combo.
I mean, Wolf mentioned
terrifying.
earlier off stream that Khalid's animation is mostly why he's not as popular as the previous meta. It's slower. People will react, will be able to react through the ult.
There's a lot of easy-to-read ultimates, but it has to rely on your super fast reactions. What are your reactions to this incredible animation as we get in to the Land of Dawn? Gani, take us there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match point for AP Bren. Will they be able to knock down RSG, send them to the lower brackets? Let's see and witness. It's RSG and AP Bren.
Wow. Talking about adaptations and the battle spells we're talking about earlier, Gani. No purifies. It's still about the execution that play. AP Bren are the ones without the purify. RSG, they're respecting it now, but will that be enough to grant them the security in the middle of these skirmishes? As you can see, man, Flapteasy on an aggressive hero like the Khalid, it is definitely quite terrifying.
On a Guinevere, a very fast clearer. You can see that AP Bren are already grouping up before the first minute even hits. Ogwen on his own Nats away. He might actually have to go and flicker out, and he does. Out of the turtle pit early on. The same thing happening, a flicker early. Whoa, Super Marco getting a good trade. And this is exactly why I don't like the Claude in the Bruno lane.
Yeah, as expected from Mirko there. But yes, with that burnt flicker from Naps, that's already a small win for AP Bren. Also a small win for the setup next turtle. That can be crucial, that Naps will not have the PZ flicker combination to somehow dismantle the formation from AP Bren.
I feel like in a full-on team fight, there's a Minotaur, a Khalid, and a Faramis. There's just way too many high-profile ultimates. Unless RSGPH catch AP Bren off guard, maybe with a flanking blazing duet or an electrifying beats from Demon Kite, I think it's going to be a bit too difficult for them to really get a decisive fight. At best, I feel like it's going to go even.
Again, precision was the theme of Game 1. Let's see if AP Bren continues that concept. Turtle, initiated by AP Bren. RSG, will they be able to contest this one?
With the Requiem and a spatial migration, that should give Caltesi an advantage, and also with the Raging Sandstorm as well. The Requiem comes in, but oh my goodness! It's Nats who picks it up with no flicker, but it's a team fight win for AP Bren. They'll be happy to trade it for 2 kills.
AP Bren, calm, precise, and there you go. They lost. They weren't precise on the turtle, but they were precise on the team fights here. Again, Lion here needs to be very careful, quite low in the bottom side of the map, and if he is wrong on his calculation, AP Bren might jump on it.
Yeah, but with all the Wilderness Blessings right here, it was nerfed to be 5% less effective. But RSGPA is just trying to move fast, but AP Bren somehow are faster, and they do get the steal there, I believe.
They did.
They did, right? 1,000 gold lead already, but the spells from AP Bren, a lot of them are not available, so I expect them to slow things down here. Meanwhile, RSGPH, spell check only light. Spell is on cooldown, so team fight-wise, they will be more ready. They will have more resources. So again, RSG don't mind now. If they force a fight with AP Bren now, they will somehow. I expect them to just chill.
I do wonder if RGPH are thinking of using the Purify not only defensively but aggressively as well to try and get a dive in and you know, surprise AP Bren by not really getting cancelled out. But now, whoa, look at this pickoff.
Minion Fury on top of Violent Requiem. Light did not get to move.
Wow.
He was a bird in that fight, completely in the air.
It was too light.
Nat, though, jumping with the penalty zone, only connecting on Super Marco as another round comes in from Few to save them for a bit. Ogwen gonna be chunked by Iman right now, doing some damage, but a knockup comes through again from Ogwen on his signature pick. How do you say his name, Gani? Ogwen!
Was it not?
That's it.
Ogwen! Yes, AP Bren, a similar story. Early game, they got the dub again here in the second game. Though, this time around, Economy isn't too far of a gap. Second turtle here. The setup is still favoring the side of AP Bren, but RSG, they look to get a jump on towards the lead.
Flapteezy against the world, the Raging Sandstorm defensively, but a penalty zone as well. He's still able to get the healing. Flapteezy as well with the help from Ogwen. My lord. 3 rotations, 3 members, not enough to take Flapteezy down.
That's the problem, man, with Flapteezy so deep behind. If they go for a fight right there, they're susceptible to getting hit by a massive Raging Sandstorm. So RSG, they kind of treat it out, playing for a gang on top side, but everything's going to plan.
It's a lockdown again. It was Light earlier, now it's Nats. It's not even the same dynamic duo of combos. It was Ogwen and Kyle up top. Down below, it was Flapteezy and Kyle. Still the same outcome.
Well, looking at the in-game equipments right here, for now, I think Super Marco with the Haskell's Power Spike can definitely just absolutely bully 1v1 in the lane. But unfortunately for him, that's not how this game's going, right? It's a lot of roaming going on. And for a few, having the Enchanted Talisman means that he will be a lot more spammable in his damage. It's a big spike in damage output, first of all, but also in the cooldown of that Nether Realm. For Flapteezy, he has the Heptoseize. So now, the squishies in the back line needs to be very careful. There are 2 very obvious ones in the side of RSGPA.
Well, AP Bren here will not be able to find the turret top lane. RSG will have the wave clear. AP Bren though, what will they commit this mid?
Did you see that Astral Spear damage onto Kyle? Aqua shot it from quite far away and it did nothing. I think it even healed Kalteezy at that moment. A good Astral Echo to reveal a lot of the members. Nat's going to be knocked up. The top lane turret tier 1 is sieged down easily by AP Bren's Super Marco.
You know, real quick, the Minotaur, Ogwen, has built an Athena shield. So he is just completely trying to make sure that he does not get chunked down by magic damage.
Yep.
Because if you look at the composition, the only real threat is going to be Terizla and Claude. And generally, their aim in the fight isn't to shut down or shred down the Minotaur. And he still has the most kills on the game, by the way, 2 kills.
Ogwen, you're a roamer. Ogwen, you're a Minotaur.
Please.
It was okay with Arlen, right? Because you're a damage dealer. But
this time,
hey, man.
He's a bull. Now RSG, 3,000 gold deficits. They will concede the last turtle in this game. AP Bren will not find anything more here, it seems like. Top side is vacant. RSGPH gets a free turret there, top side of the map.
Small victory for RSGPH. They desperately need it right now. It feels like the same situation for different reasons. In game number 1, it was an assassin just corralling everyone from splitting away. Now, funny enough, it's almost like it's the Khalid, right? Just pushing everyone slowly but surely to the other side of the map. But Iman here is going to try and make a play. He's outnumbered.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. He just walks up. He doesn't even recall that bush. Comes down with a BMI and the Purify. That's a big resource burnt out, though, all just for a spatial migration by Kalteezy. As you knows it, wants to push the tempo even further in the bottom lane, but AP Bren decide against it. They'll just play for space, play for control.
Concealed play, though.
Go Purify, and that's why Kalteezy already baited it out earlier in the bottom lane. That means it's an easy pickoff. Even Flapteezy decides to rotate into that mid lane, and AP Bren should be able to pressure not just the enemy jungle, but even the structure down below.
Eman was playing with fire. He knows his Purify is on cooldown, and he just went on that route there, on that jungle. But an opening perhaps here from AP Bren. The mid structure, it will definitely fall.
That's a purple buff taken away by Kalteezy. Stolen away, I should say. And a tier 1 in the mid lane as well. Deja vu to game number 1, 6-0 in the 8th minute of the game.
The goal difference isn't nearly as bad as game number 1, but look at the pressure. Look at how afraid, technically, RSG PH are playing. Few has been just walking up, hitting them with the Ghostbusters again and again in dangerous territory, almost under their turrets, and they are not willing to go for a possible pickoff. But look at Clapteasy.
Raging Storm and a flicker, and Mon, whoa, he just disappeared. That was a magic trick by AP Bren. Super Marco with the help of the blades of Flapteasy's Khalid.
Again, a slight disconnect there from the side of RSG. Eman isolated in the front lines alone, no cover whatsoever, and of course AP Bren will be there to punish. And looking at the situation right now, being a man down, of course AP Bren will secure the Lord comfortably. A man down, you're right.
E-man down, a man down.
Man down.
He has just finished his golden staff though, so it is late. And RSG now, they're just trying to find something, but look at where Ogwen and Kaltizi are positioning, right? They're just slowly but surely in position to cut off RSG should they overextend and get punished for it.
Oh, the worldie. Poking them down. Oh, Light gets out with that onward. Barely. That spatial migration could have been deadly, as Flapteasy is the one who was sent to invade. It's not even Kyle anymore. At this point, they are delegating tasks to their XP lane to invade.
Ladies and gentlemen, game 1 was RSG securing or breaking the scoring board in what, 11th minute of the game?
13.
First skill for RSG.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I thought you said end game. My bad.
11th minute of the game, and it seems like it is going to be the same story here in the second game. AP Bren still on a, what do you call it? On a clean sheet.
Spatial migration into the Wild Requiem, into the Minion Fury! On to 4, the worldie goes hand in the back. Now it's Demon Kite who takes away to Nether Realm, and just on cue. The 11th minute, not there just yet, but it's the first kill over to RSGPH. The Raiders strike and are on the board. Demon Kite looking for another chance at a fight. There's an Astral Sphere to clear out the lane. Still gonna be the Bruno, Super Marco, dealing some damage onto the base turret in the mid lane, but it's not enough to take it down just yet. Aqua throws another Astral Sphere down into that purple buff territory.
Remember, Mirko, you were talking about the possibility of a comeback. With the Novaria in the roster this time, not exactly behind, not really shut down, there's a chance right here. Let's take a look at this play though. It's just a full-on engage, and Ogwen just does Ogwen things. And in Netherrealm, just for good measure, the good amount of damage from Demon Kite, and Kaltizi technically gets baited by that aggression. So they trade for 1, but they lost a base turret. But I think the significant factor right here is the fact that Aqua can now clear a lot better. He has just finished the Lightning Truncheon, and we know how pesky and Novaria is in stalling out the game. He's clearing waves again and again, forcing AP Bren to just wait for the next Lord before they can try and do something else to end the game.
Let's see here, AP Bren being invasive does not find the right connection just yet, but AP Bren again, such a menace, 7,000 gold lead. And what's funny is RSGBH, they take down Kaltizi to open their first score of the board in the first game. Also in the second game here, Kaltizi being the victim, the only victim in that first game. Let's see, AP Bren, will they repeat it?
That might come true.
Kaltizi,
you're trying to blame him.
Take my life.
to take me. My body is ready, he says. But this is the problem when you play against AP Bren. It's always a relatively low kill game, right? Everything is so calculated. You're not exactly shut down, but you just don't know what to do either. Now with the Lord up, RSG looking for space, looking for some kind of control. But look at this spatial migration. It's so spammable, so dangerous. And with Flapteasy and Ogwen side by side, RSGPH, they're just pushed away.
Look at Master Ogwen. Look at him. He's just zoning everyone. He says, bro, trust me. The kills that you give me, it's planned. It's calculated. However, Iman was able to find a trade. That's the only trade you can expect. But yeah, it feels like, to add on to your point, right, Rashi, to make it a little bit more spicy, it feels like AP Bren are a type of team that's lawful good.
Lawful good.
The way they play, right? They get the lead in the early. They go through setups. It's all discipline, and then they win the game. For RSG, it's a bit more
chaotic.
They're a bit more chaotic. Good.
Evil.
They're chaotic good.
They're okay.
They're just chaotic, but they're
neutral.
good once they get that lead.
Okay, let's see here again now. RSG, they will have to defend this Lord here. Oh, they did. Oh, they will have to defend this. Watching top side, bottom side.
Spatial migration onto 2. Iman already not having that purified. That's a 3-man penalty. But Flapteasy jumps to the back right now. There's a chance actually for RSGPH to turn around the fight, but Demon Kite burns down. It's ticking. He's still able to survive, but at what cost? It's AP Bren sealing the deal again. 11-2, 2-0. Still undefeated at MPLI 2023.
Similar story. Similar outcome as game 1. And Kaltizi also died twice. My goodness, what?
He's the sacrificial lamb for AP Bren.
Also, again, what are the odds, man? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not rigged. I repeat, this is not rigged. But AP Bren, a similar outcome here in the second game. AP Bren will send RSG to the lower brackets.
Whew. What a performance right there. And yeah, coincidence, Goni. Is that even possible? Or is AP Bren just that consistent, even though RSGPH has made adjustments